Yeah, go like. Dear friends, very good morning to all. Today we have the person who is spearheading the innovation movement across the country, none other than Chief Innovation Officer of Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, Dr. Abhay Jere. Under his leadership, lot of programs, lot of initiatives, they have taken shape, and you all must have been part of it. You must have been looking into it, that what is happening under his visionary leadership across the country. I would like to invite him to share his thoughts, to share his views on the very recent program, interministerial program Toycathon 2021, which is certainly going to shape a future for our country in the toy market. We are looking to make indigenous toys made in India and make India Atmanirbhar. Dr. Abhay Jere, please share your views, and I would like to welcome you. Thank you, sir.
Namaskar, Mohit. Good morning. Well, friends, although I am spearheading some of the initiatives, my entire team, including Mohit, is really working hard. So I get the credit. They get all the brickbats. So, I'd like to really take this opportunity to thank all my people, all my team, in ensuring that all our initiatives are really successful. So, welcome, friends. Good morning to all of you. I also would like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy, innovative, creative, prosperous new year. And we believe that the innovation movement, which we started about 2.5 years back, will continue to catapult in various higher educational institutes, and students, faculty, professors, staff will come together and work on innovative ideas so that we can generate more and more IP from our country, which we all will be proud of. So, friends, Toycathon is one such initiative where we want all of you to join us, collaborate with us, and together can we conceptualize toys based on Indian ethos, based on Indian culture, civilization, history, our past events, our heroes, and actually help inculcate philosophy, Indian value systems within our youngsters. As you all know, toys play very, very important role in shaping our psyche, in shaping our thought process, because they influence us when we are young. So, we would like to use this opportunity to tell our youngsters our history, which has which is more than 5,000 years old, and help them understand our ancient science, our ancient wisdom in a very latest fashion, using latest of technologies. So, for us, Toycathon is an opportunity to marry our culture, civilization with latest in the technology, so that we can offer very state of art tools, very state of art toys to our youngsters. Currently, we have put 68, 69 problem statements. We will be adding 2 or 3 more to it But these problem statements we received from various organizations like a CBSC, NCRT, DRDO, ISRO, AICTE, and they believe that based on those problem statements could have huge impact. Apart from this, we also have an innovation corner, an open innovation section where you can submit your own ideas, which has nothing to do with 69 problem statements. When we are looking at these toys or games, we want you to think really state of art toy. Yesterday, Professor Arvind Gupta actually gave a presentation where he made very simple toys based from trash. We can certainly do that as one of the category, but we would also like to have great toys in terms of robots, in terms of board games, cards, puzzles, internet games, apps, where children of the 21st century would like to play. So you have to go into their shoes, understand their psyche, and design toys for them, but the basis has to be Indian culture and civilization. People play PUBG. Can we have Mahabharata like a based on PUBG like a toy? Where Kauravas are on one side or Pandavas are on the other side, Krishna actually guiding, or a fight between Asurs, Danavas, Devs, which is part of our mythology, which is part of our Upanishads, which is part of our Vedas. If you see our problem statements, we also have few problem statements based on our Vedas. Our Vedic people used to worship nature, deities like Agni, Vayu, Prithvi. So, in a sense, can we create some superheroes out of it? Give them those powers which are assigned in Vedas and create a very state-of-art AR, VR toy for a young generation. We should use virtual reality, augmented reality, extended reality to conceptualize these games. When we are looking at toys, we have two sections. One is online toys or games, and the second is physical toys or games. In physical toys, you can think of mechatronic toys, you can think of conventional puzzles, you can think of board games, you can think of cards. But then, when you're thinking about the physical toys, please, if possible, think about using a sustainable material, recyclable material. Let's not create too much of trash. Let's explore whether we can use our traditional indigenous material, traditional textiles, traditional wood, which is grown here, which is indigenous to India, or your part of your country or state or city or town, so that we create more and more opportunities for our local MSMEs, for our artisans, for our textiles, and it will have a very, very big catapulting effect on multiple other sectors beyond toy sector. Currently, the toy market, Indian toy market, is about $1.5 billion. And we can safely say that about 80 to 85% toys are imported. In last 5 to 10 years, the local toy industry is almost on verge of collapse. So we need to revive it. Moreover, the global toy market is more than $100 billion. That is 7 lakh crore rupees. Huge market. Huge market. And currently, Indian contribution to this global market is in few hundred millions. I was just checking how much we are exporting. In terms of export, toys based on small woodens or textiles, it's around 200 to 200 million. In $100 billion market, not even 1%. So this actually is an unprecedented opportunity for our country to expand our base in this sector and not only conceptualize toys which are relevant for the country but also could be relevant for the world. We can come up with concepts which cannot be offered by any other country in the world. I will give you a small example. We all have played Monopoly when we were young, right? And at that time, what we used to do in Monopoly? We used to buy places, then we used to construct houses, then we used to convert hotels, and person who is having maximum hotel and ownership of various locations was considered to be a winner. Now, we said, can we create an Indian monopoly based on concepts of Ayurveda? It's a very, very interesting example. Means what? 1 acre of land growing shatavari has a very different value as compared of 1 acre of land growing ashwagandha, as compared to 1 acre of land growing tulsi. Now, if we create such 10 different or 50 different blocks, then we can create a monopoly on top of it. Instead of building hotels or houses, you can always build pharmacies, you can always build clinics, you can always build extraction units. It's a very interesting concept. No? So what we should do is to think about concepts like this, where we come up with an Indianized version of a game. And it will actually help us share our ancient knowledge, not just within our country, but to the entire global community. Another interesting app game, which is in area of yoga. You know, we are doing yoga a lot nowadays, promoting, getting promoted. We have now International Yoga Day. So people have started practicing yoga in big way, not only within the country, but outside the world also, outside India also. And many people do yoga without under supervision, just by following some YouTube videos or by following some TV channels. Yoga done rightly has huge benefits. But if you do yoga wrongly, in an incorrect fashion, then it can also cause you harm. Now, can we create a game where, based on image processing, actually a phone can be used to scan a yoga posture? It will tell you the correctness of the yoga posture, score that yoga posture accordingly, and multiple players can compete. It's a good concept to work upon. Or can we create snake and ladder kind of a game based on Ramayana or Mahabharata? So the opportunity are unprecedented, opportunity are numerous in all this. What we really need to do is to think out of box. Another very interesting problem statement was from NCR regarding Sanskrit. The pronunciation of Sanskrit is very, very difficult. Can we come up with a game? Students play and actually it help in improving their pronunciation in Sanskrit or learning Sanskrit or other Indian languages like Tamil, or ancient Indian languages like like Brahmi, Pali, and so on and so forth, or Modi. What we do is come up with a concept which our youngsters will enjoy. We have huge tradition of various rishis, Rishi Bharadwaj, Rishi Patanjali, and so on and so forth. But how many of our students, youngsters, know about their work, what they have done, what Aryabhatta has done, what Pingla has done, what Patanjali has done, what Rishi Bharadwaj has done? Can we create a card game based on these knowledge systems or based on these rishis? So opportunities are there. We really need to think and think out of box. And if we can do that, we will able to help our toy industry go leaps and bounds. So for this Toycathon, the entries are open. You should go to our website, which is toycathon.mic.gov.in, and register yourself. For this Toycathon, we have 3 tracks. Track 1 is for school students and teachers. Track 2, it is for higher educational institutions, students from higher educational institutions, faculty, staff. And track 3 is for professionals and startups. So once you register in the relevant track, you have to form your team. You have to give team name and you have to create a team. So for track 1 and track 2, we are making mentors compulsory. But for track 3, we are making mentors optional. So how you can form that team? So each team in any of these three tracks will have one team leader who will register first and who will be treated as a team leader by us. Because for us, communicating with one person per team becomes much more easy. So for us, the first person who registers to treat him as team leader. Then this team leader goes ahead and adds his team members. So per team, we will have minimum members. So team leader plus two members. We are students for track 1 and track 2. And for track 3, they are professionals. So minimum, I am talking about minimum, one team leader, two team members. So that is 3. And then we can have one or two mentors. As I said, track 1 and track 2, that is for school education and for higher education, we are making mentor compulsory. At least they could be professional, okay, or any of the staff. These students plus one mentor minimum. And what is the maximum size limit? Is 6 students plus 2 mentors. That is the maximum. 3 plus 1 and maximum is 8. 6 plus 2. I hope I am very clear on this. So you can have 6, I'm talking about a maximum size, 6 members out of which one is leader. So 5 other members, these are all students, and 1 or 2 mentors. 2 is the maximum limit for mentors. So it is 8. And when it comes to minimum, it's 4. That is 3 students plus 1 mentor. As I said, for track 3, mentor is optional. You don't need a if you are joining as professionals. Okay? So please remember the difference. Once you have formed the team, you have to enter your team name. Team name which is very unique, so that it is easy for us also to identify. We are internally also coding them, so don't worry. But we will request you to select your team name as unique as possible and all the details. Please ensure that you enter details correctly. Don't enter wrong email IDs or wrong phone numbers, because we will not able to communicate with you. And if you get selected for the grand finale, move from first level to the next level, and are going to ensure that detail of each and every person is correct, which is given earlier. If we found that details are not given correctly, then we are going to be very. So please ensure that all the details which you give are correct. Then once you have formed the team, you can go ahead and submit your idea either for the problem statement which are listed, or for open innovation or open idea section. We will able to evaluate your idea. Another important really need to remember, need to submit ideas in prescribed format. The format of PPT is given. So either you can submit as PPT or PDF, but you have to follow the format. If you are not going to follow the format, we are not going to look at the idea, because we are expecting thousands of ideas and we will not have time to evaluate ideas which are not there in proper format. Please understand, friends. We are expecting few thousand ideas. And even if you add one more slide from what we have given, and if every team starts adding just one slide more, then we will have to review additional few thousand slides. It's a huge strain on our system. So I will request all the potential participants submit ideas in the format which we have presented. You can download that format and ensure that the content is given in that format. So it makes our life easy, life of evaluator easy, because all the people are working for this country because of their passion. So we need their job, evaluation job, apart from what they are doing for their day-to-day job. So it's more of a volunteering activity for them. We need to ensure that their life is not made miserable. Okay? So remember this. Once you submit your ideas, we will have evaluation process. And evaluators will look at the submitted ideas. We will have minimum 2 evaluators who will evaluate your idea and score that. And if there is dispute between 2 evaluators, we will share that idea with third evaluator to take additional view on that idea. So we will have 2 to 3 different people looking at your idea. And after the evaluation process is done, then we will announce the results, announce the shortlisted teams, which will actually go for grand finale. So currently, you are giving concepts. But if you get selected for grand finale, then you need to ensure that you convert your concept into a prototype. Means what? Means what? You will be actually assigned a center, and you have to go at that center and work for 3 days to develop your thought, to develop your concept and convert it into a prototype. So this Toycathon has 2 phases. One, the first phase, which is an online phase, and second, the phase 2, which is the grand finale, is going to be the offline phase, or actually a physical competition. Currently, the deadline for submission of your idea is 20th of January, 20, not 28, 20, 20th of January. And we will request you all to submit your ideas before 20th of January. But one more request to make, very, very important, that please don't wait till the last moment. Based on our experience for last 2 or 3 hackathons, is that people wait till last moment, till 11 o'clock at night or 11:59 at night on the last day, and then there is sudden rush of submission, and there is huge load on our servers, and many servers systems collapse. And then people started crying, start shouting, saying that your systems are not working, your arrangements are shitty, and so on and so forth. Why wait till the last moment? You have, today is 12th. You have more 8 days to submit. So start submitting today itself. Don't wait till the last day. Form your teams. It's a small PPT. You don't have to really work very hard if you have a very fantastic concept. Concept is most important. Once you have the concept, you can go ahead and always create a PPT within few hours and submit it. So don't wait till the last moment. It becomes extremely taxing for you as well as for us. We are not planning to increase the deadline. So please ensure that 20th of January is going to be the deadline. Once you submit your ideas, as I said earlier, we will get into evaluation immediately. And we are going to take about 10 to 15 days for evaluation. And then we will announce the shortlisted teams. Once we announce the shortlisted teams, we will get in touch with those teams and we will start some basic trainings for those teams. Some basic will be done as I done. We will assign them the centers and it will be within their own city itself. You don't have to go outside the city. Within we assign the center, you have to go there, work in that center for 3 days. You will get all the facilities which you want. If you want a 3D printer, you will get a 3D printer. If you want a cutter, you will get a cutter. If you want a lathe machine, you will get a lathe machine. So those centers, you will get whatever you want. Okay? But you have to convert your concept into a prototype, into a toy, which we can showcase it to the industry. Toy, which can industry should able to take it forward. So what we are trying to do through this Toycathon, generate ideas, converting those ideas into a prototype, requesting industry to look at those prototypes and explore whether those prototypes can be converted or mass produced into toys and can be actually marketed within the country initially and maybe globally later. So we have trying to create the entire pipeline and we want your support. So going on, don't propose something which you think you will not able to take it forward. Extremely critical. Okay, that is very, very critical. Another important point which might get raised here is that who owns the IP, an intellectual property. So the IP of the toy will be with the innovator, with the team. Hello? I think the light is here. The innovator. And you will sign an MOU with an industry if both the parties decide to commercialize that concept. Okay, so the idea belongs to you. The team which is giving up which is actually commercializing it. This is one aspect. The second most important aspect is prize money. We have prizes for you to win worth 50 lakh rupees. Okay, huge prize money. 200 prizes of 25,000 each. So if you win, you will get prize of 25,000 as well as a big acknowledgement certificate from Government of India. But that's just one-time prize money. More importantly, as I said earlier, we are going to get investors. We are going to get industry connected with your idea or with your concept or with you, so that your ideas could be taken forward into commercialization. And that this about revenue sharing or royalty sharing can happen subsequently if all the parties accept the norms which are relevant, or which are what we can say good for any business to happen. So this is very, very important. So I believe that I have cleared all your doubts regarding how you should go about it, how you should form a team, how you should submit your concept, for which, in which different categories you should submit your concepts. If you get selected, what happens, and what you will do during grand finale. So I wish all of you a great, very best luck. Request you all to come up really with innovative ideas, so that we all will be proud of the toys which will eventually we will showcase to the world after the grand finale. So Harshad, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm
Huh?
here.
So Harshad, if there are any questions, we can certainly take questions, because students will have, or participants will have, large amount of questions, and I can try answering them for next 20-25 minutes.
So one of the questions that has arisen from many is where will these nodal centers be, and how much will we have to travel given the pandemic conditions right now?
So as I said, the nodal currently we are looking at about 50 nodal centers, primary nodal centers, and they will be connected with 3 to 5 adult tinkering labs. So that is the model we are trying to work upon. So it will be in all cities and towns. That's what we really wish to have. So you will have to travel to your nearby town, or with the nodal center within the same city. So if you are in a city, then you will find nodal center within a city. If you are in town, you might have to travel to the city nearby to work in that nodal center. So we are aware of the pandemic, so we don't want students to travel a lot. So we are taking every possible care to ensure that the nodal center is within your reach, just by a distance of few kilometers. I cannot hear you. Harshad, next question.
So, another question that is coming up is regarding the materials and everything that will be needed for the prototyping, and whether some kind of accommodation or facilities shall be provided to the students who travel to these nodal centers.
So as I said, we will be actually providing all the necessary material for during the grand finale. So we will try our best to give material as much as possible. So if you want small sensors or some basic 3D printing devices so that you can 3D print your prototype, yes, we will try and give you that. As far as accommodation, sir, we are not very keen on promoting students to stay at these nodal centers. So students have to take care, because they can go home in the evening and come back the next day. That is what we ideally wish to have. But if it is too far, then you can talk to nodal centers and make your own arrangements. Next question, Harshad.
So people are asking whether there will be a few more of such sessions. I think we have put up a tweet saying that there will be four more sessions, but they also want to hear like who is going to be in the upcoming sessions and how they will guide us in Toycathon.
So there will be multiple such sessions. So I think tomorrow we will have Dr. Professor Shrikant Bahulkar, who will be talking about Vedas, who will be talking about toys in Vedic period. He will also tell you a few stories about what happened during Vedic period, which can be pointers for you while you are conceptualizing your toys. Then we will have one interesting, very interesting talk by Professor Manish Jain from IIT Gandhinagar. He's a toy expert. He actually goes and makes toys by his own hands. So he will be talking. Then yesterday, Professor Gupta actually showed you one book of Sudarshan Khurana. So we have requested Professor Sudarshan Khurana also to give a talk on this platform, and he has agreed. So next week we will be having another talk by him. Then Mohit, our director, will also be talking the questions which you have. So we will have multiple talks by multiple people to guide you, to promote or to give you some pointers or indicators on how you should think and how you can conceptualize your toys.
I think so. Those are the most repeated questions. I think that's it from the question side.
So to conclude, I think I would like to say here that I would like to wish all the participants uh, great luck. I hope that together we will be able to come up with great toys, great concepts, which will give huge boost to our toy industry, and we will come up with the concepts which will not only have national relevance but international relevance. So be in touch. Just try your best, and let's team up for toys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir. That was really an insightful lecture, and I'm sure our participants must have learned a lot of do's and don'ts from your session. So, from the bottom of our hearts, we really thank you for this session. And I would like to request all the participants of this live session to join us again tomorrow for another live session about Toycathon. Thank you very much.
बंद हो